I am a proud graduate of City Honors, class of 1980. Also a proud United States Air Force veteran, Special Operations. And for the last 10 years, I've been traveling the country in support of veterans issues. That as a veteran, even if you've never met Duncan Kirkwood, there are certain things about his values that you know already. Number one, he's gonna show up, okay? Number two, he's gonna show up with a plan, not just a handshake and a smile, okay? And number three, he's gonna be there until the job is done. Because if he meets resistance, he's going to be flexible, he's gonna be adaptable, and he's gonna find a way to win anyway, okay? So having said that, I would like to endorse heartily and wholeheartedly my friend Duncan Kirkwood. Sir.
Thank you, thank you.
My name is Minister Josh Hutchin, and I'm pleased to stand here today and say that I am in full support and will be endorsing Duncan Kirkwood for our legislator. And as a young man myself, it's good to see somebody in my age bracket and that looks like me who was able to stand up and fight for our community and for our people.
I am president of UCCB, United Coalition of Churches and Brotherhood. I am here officially to support and endorse from the United Coalition of Churches and Brotherhood, my brother Duncan Kirkwood, and I am here to do anything that he needs me to do. So when we win this election, he's going to hit the ground running. Amen.
My name is Bishop James Ford Jr., and I am pastor of Kingdom Dimension Ministries here in the city of Buffalo, New York. It is so critical that we have our youth involved in the turnaround of our community. Oftentimes, the press gives the impression that the inner city, there's nothing good happening in the inner city, there's no growth in the inner city, everything that's coming out of the inner city is headed to the penitentiary. But it's so important when young men get involved in the community, and it is the vision that they have overcome the threat and the temptation of the streets. So I'm here today to endorse this young man. I'm behind him, in support of him, and we will certainly be promoting him.
Son-in-law, I want you to know that I love you, I endorse you, I support you.
Next question. Mr. Samuel?
What do you say to the people that say you're too young to win this race?
What I say to them is our future is about our choices, not theirs. Right? Martin Luther King was 24 years old when he became the pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. So I'm 32. I feel like I'm running late. Right? I feel like young people are supposed to take what the elders have given them, take the knowledge and work that's been done in the past and build on it and move forward.
Hi. I just wanted to ask a question specifically for you. What makes Duncan a good potential candidate for the veterans?
Well, first of all, the fact that he is one. There are a lot of differences in the value system between the civilian world and the military world. The military world is built basically on the idea that one needs to be willing to sacrifice themselves in order that others can live better, which is pretty much the opposite of what you find in the civilian world, where too many people are perfectly willing to sacrifice others so they can live better. Okay?
Has a lot of experience in the community, and who at one time was in your shoes as a young man, wanting to take the baton. And then you have the sister that's got the Democratic endorsement running. How do you see yourself fitting in between them? Why would people go with you as opposed to a more experienced Charlie and somebody that is able with the Democratic endorsement?
Thank you so much for your question. First, I will say I don't see myself fitting between them. I'm in the front, all right? Because leaders lead from the front.
That's right.
And so I think the first part of your question about the young woman that's running, and she has the Democratic endorsement. Listen, the Democratic Party has got it wrong before. When President Obama first ran against Hillary, the Democratic Party did not support him. The establishment saw President Obama, then Senator Obama, as a threat. and everybody lined up behind Hillary, but it was something about that young man that motivated people, that touched people, and he changed the world. And sometimes the party can get it wrong, but sometimes you have, I understand, sometimes you got to prove yourself. You got to show people that I am a force, that this campaign is bigger than me and it's bigger than the party, and so the people will get behind it. And after the primary on September 12th, I suspect that the Democratic Party will be right on board to support this movement that they see when the people come out in droves, come out in scores to support what we've been doing on the ground, the message that we're carrying. And as far as choosing me, over Mr. Fisher, who has a long record of public service, I feel like I have experience too, right? I'm not some guy that just woke up. I've written city laws. I've sued the city of Montgomery in the heart of the civil rights movement, in the cradle of the civil rights movement down in Montgomery, Alabama. I sued to protect voting rights. I'm not just some person who doesn't have any experience. Now, of course, I'm not as old as Mr. Fisher, so I don't have as long of a record of service. But for me being 32 years old, a 32-year-old man that served our country, that's written policy in 2 different states, to work for city council members, to work with state legislators, and now to be back in my hometown, still living on the east side, still fighting for justice, shaping education policy, shaping justice reform policy, I think that I'm a pretty good candidate. And so I hope that people will continue to support me.